What's up, comic fans? Now, welcome to New Comic Book Day. Why? Plus comic news. And today we have the review of the comics, or the preview of the comics coming out for this period. I didn't get the video out. A couple of issues, video card issues, and just life. So today you get the preview with the comic, or turn the light. There we go. All right. Make sure we're all good to go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Oh, that's me. All right. So, yeah, let's just go straight to the. There we go. Boom.
What's up, comic fans, and it's time to preview the comic books coming out May 21st, all right? We got spec books, we got spotlight books, we got FOC books. Those are due the next Monday, and we got all the books coming out this week, and we're going to get into it right after this. Welcome back. All right, let's get into it. We got the spec books coming up first. We have Absolute Flash number 3, and this is probably going to be, if I read this right, the first full Gorilla Grodd. Gorilla Grodd's supposed to be like the sleeper star of this series. All right, so that's what you got going on here.
Hey, Berdazzle.
Absolute Flash.
How's it going?
We have The Curse of Shirley Johnson.
Welcome in.
One. This is another
Appreciate you
Spawn
stopping by.
Universe title. Glapian,
Just doing the
who has been
preview of the
doing
comics coming out
inks
this week.
for a while for Cthulhu and that group. He's the artist on this book, all right? And this goes all the way back to like Spawn issue number 5 in 1992, all right? There's 3 first appearances in this book, so a couple of cool covers. Todd McFarlane cover on the B and C. So go ahead and check it out. There's like a 150 cover too by Ryan Otley. That's pretty dope. All right, last on the list we have Crimson Justice number 1. This just looks like a good story. The art looks fun. Pretty good creative team. You got Frank Thierry and Inaki Miranda. So, it's basically like a superhero disappears. And that's it. Like, where'd he go? So the premise is interesting. There is a Joe Quesada variant cover.
Yeah, I still have to pick that up from.
So that's the book that I'm looking at.
Shop.
There's also a
Two
Dan
comic shops that I like
Benosian cover. All right, so those were the spec books for this week. We're going to get into the spotlight books. First off, we have Vampirella number 2. This is a Mark Spears after Campbell, J. Scott Campbell cover. All right, kind of harkens back to the Mary Jane on the sofa with the cup of coffee. But this is Vampirella. All right, what else do we got? Of course, we have another battle between the Hulk and Thor. So that's a spotlight book. This is Legacy issue number 805, or number 25 of this series. Philip Kennedy Johnson at the helm and Nick Klein drawing it. Not a bad series at all. And then we have Bug Wars number 4. And if you haven't been reading Bug Wars, definitely worth a shot. It's been a decent read up until now, so we'll see where it goes from there. A little bit up and down for me. Issue 1 was like pretty good. Issue 2 was Issue 3 was like, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see where we go from here. All right, and the last spotlight book, I threw in a 5th one. This is Spawn number 5. I believe if your LCS ordered more than 10 of the of Spawn: The Curse of Shirley Johnson. Number 1, they opened access to this book, so definitely worth a shot. It says $1.95 on the price tag, so I don't know if that's actually what they're going to be selling it for in the stores, but if they are, count me in. All right, now we have those FOC books. I think I only threw on two covers of the same book. So these books will be in shop June 18th, and you got to order them by Monday coming up, at least most places. So by May 26th, your orders need to be in. All right, this is Crypto, The Last Dog of Krypton, number 1. This is a Jay Lee cover. That looks pretty dope to me. So yeah, I was like, ooh. And then I kind of like this one a little bit more because the focus is on Crypto, but this is a Dustin Nguyen cover. And yeah, I just like it. Yeah, like I said, because the focus is just more on Crypto. But yeah, those are the FOC books for this week. Now we're getting into the rest of the books coming out. We're going to start off with Image. And out of Image, you have Bug Wars number 4. All right, that was a Spotlight book. We have the Deadly Tale, or Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. It's plural. You got some G.I. Joe coming out this week. Number 7. G.I. Joe's been real fun. Gunslinger Spawn number 43. So not just the Deadly Tales. In case you didn't know, there are 2 Gunslinger books. There's also Gunslinger number 43 with Jonathan Glapion doing the A cover. Battle Beast number 2. I thought Battle Beast was FOC, but this says Battle Beast number 2 is out this week, which is weird because Battle Beast number 1, pretty sure came out last week, and I don't think this is a weekly book. But hey, preview says it up here, so I'll say it. Take it with a grain of salt. When you get to your comic shop, you'll see if they have it or not. Give them a call. We have Medieval Spawn number 1 getting a second printing, and Medieval Spawn number 2 coming out this week. A lot of Spawn Universe books. Let's see what else. Red Code is on issue number 12. Sleep number 1 is out. There is a Ryan Brown cover for that, not pictured here. There's the unlockable 1 in 10 Curse of Shirley Johnson. And then the 1 in 50 Ryan Otley. What else? Rat City is out this week. There are a lot of Spawn Universe books out. Good golly, Miss Molly. Then you have The Walking Dead Deluxe. That's The Walking Dead in color. And then you have Rob Liefeld's Youngblood Deluxe. All right, well, off the boom. Here comes the boom. Ready or not. You have Jim Henson Presents number 4 coming out this week, and that seems to be all they have solicited, besides for the trade of House of Slaughter, the 6th trade. All right, we're off to DC Comics. You have Absolute Flash number 1 with the second printing. Couple of different second printings. Then you have the Absolute Flash number 3 out this week. All right, you got Gorilla Grodd. You got Green Lantern, Absolute Green Lantern number 1, second printing coming out. And Absolute Martian Manhunter with also a second printing. So you had like this next wave of the Absolute universe coming out. You had the Green Lantern, you had the Flash, and you had Martian Manhunter. All right, where are we at? Batman number 617 gets a facsimile. Batman and Robin Year 1 is on issue number 7. World's Finest is on issue number 39. As you know, lots of Batman, lots of Superman out there. Catwoman number 76.
Going over the comics for the
it's
week.
Pretty dope.
We're up to DC.
Cover A.
All the books in your comic shops. Today
Quick
is
look,
New
we
Comic
can.
Book Day. So today
Yeah.
would be the day you can
Battle
get these
damage.
guys. I got that.
All right. What else? There's a Sonic the Hedgehog crossover with the DC Universe. That's on issue number 3. Detective Comics is out, 1097. What else? New Gods is on issue number 6. The
Trying a
12
new
issue
thing
maxi
today,
series.
I hope you like it. And we're live, but we're also
Nightwing. It's on issue
preview of
number
the comics coming out.
126. There's a first cover appearance with this book. And check my notes, see if I have it here. I don't have it written down, but whatever. It's the guy on the cover. It's his like first cover appearance, I believe. What else? We got Suicide Squad Omnibus. Superman Unlimited number 1 is out this week. Probably should have put that in the Spotlight books. But yeah, if you want to check out the new Superman series, and they do have a Dan Mora cover where he drew James Gunn on it. All right, so if you're into that, there you go. Dan Mora is a really good artist, and so that's pretty cool. All right, and then you got some Wonder Woman, and you got some Zatanna. We're off to Marvel Comics. There are some of those Alex Ross Timeless variants coming out this week. All right, I'm not going to hit on them all, but there is an Amazing Spider-Man one of the original Captain Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man's been pretty good up to this point. I don't think it's been disappointing. The story's been solid, so we'll take it. Doom Academy is on issue number 4 or 5. The Exceptional X-Men are on issue number 9. There is Fantastic Four number 32. They have the Alex Ross Timeless for Ant-Man there. There is a facsimile of the Fantastic Four number 48. What else? We have the Hulk. That's a wraparound cover, by the way. The Hulk versus Thor, Hulk number 25. And where else? Miles Morales number 33 is out with the first cover appearance of some some character. Let's see. But maybe they talk about her in here. No, it just talks about how Nancy and Ares.
Yeah, so I could actually just look that up right now. Same thing I could have done with the Nightwing book. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna go to Cover Price and their new comic book day coverage to see if I can find something. So let's see. That is the first cover and first appearance of Keisha Kwan as Powerlift. So that's what we're getting out of that one. And on that Nightwing that was covered during the DC Nightwing 126, that was the first full appearance and cover of Captain Hollow. All right, guys. So with that, let's get back into that video.
Are doing some battle. But you do have first appearances, I believe, of Warcry, Philomelus, and Pariah in this issue. All right. So you're gonna have some first appearances here. Moon Knight's on issue number 8. Pretty cool Alex Ross Timeless variant. I like this one a lot. What else do we have? We got Spider-Man and Wolverine. Apparently there's some kind of origin story in there, or something's revealed about their past together. So you can check that out. Star Wars, High Republic, Fear of the Jedi is out this week. What else? Superior Avengers number 2. Another Alex Ross Timeless variant cover on there. Thunderbolts, Doomstrike is on issue number 5. Ultimates number 12 is out this week. Scarlet, Vision and Scarlet, and then you got Weapon X-Men. Alright, we're off to Dynamite. Coming out of Dynamite, let's see, we got some Barbarella, number 4. Darkwing Duck, number 4. The Herculoids have a limited Virgin cover for like $50. couple of limited covers out there. Terminator number 7 is out. Couple covers on that one. What else? Vampirella number 2. There's a Jenny Frison cover for you Frison fans out there. What else? There's some Mark Spears. Lots of covers for Vampirella. Zootopia is out, issue number 3. And now we're off to the rest of the books coming out this week. Let's see what we got. There's Archie Mr. Justice, number 4 of 4, so that's coming to an end. Nice homage cover, if you will, right there. What else do we got? A lot of Unholy and War Angels and Gypsy and Boundless Comics. Alright. First time I've heard of them. Oh, here's some more comics. And yeah. Just not a lot going on up there. Cyberpunk 2077 Psycho Squad number 4 is out. Chamberlain's number 1 of 3 gets a metal cover for $100. Yikes. Dark Horse from the world of minor threats. Welcome Twilight. Twilight number 3. Ghostbusters Skeleton Crew number 1 is out. If you are a Ghostbuster fan, there is a comic for you. The Great British Bump Off Killer Bee Quilt number 2 is out this week. What else do we got? Got some Grim Fairy Tales. And a Xenoscope. Jungle Fantasy, which has been out forever. The Killer Affairs of the State 2, issue number 1. That's out this week. And let's see, what else? We got Monsters, Mark Spears Monsters number 1, the 5th printing. A little Dracula cover there. Out of Alcatraz number 2 gets a 2nd printing. Straight out of Alcatraz. Star Wars Defiant for you Star Wars fans, and then Star Trek Defiant. Let me not get that wrong. Number 27 for you Star Trek fans. Much respect to the Trekkies out there. And now we got Star Wars High Republic Adventures Phase 3. This is out of Dark Horse, so that's a little Star Wars Dark Horse action. Vatican City issue number 2 comes out. I read Vatican City number 1. It wasn't bad. It's pretty good. And you got World of Betty and Veronica Jumbo Digest number 39, and You Never Heard of Me number 4 out of Dark Horse. All right, comic fans, those are the comics coming out this week. That was the comic preview show. If you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs up and comment down below. Do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get ready for this week's books. Peace. Deuces.
Why is my mic muted? And that was it. Those are the comics coming out this week. All right. So if you're only here for the previews, you are free to go. If you want to get into some comic news, let's do that now. All right. So there's a new Superman promo for a for the toys. Sorry, I'm playing Marvel Snap. For the toy busted that are coming out, but it may give a hint or a clue as to how the kaiju is defeated in the movie. So let's see. I want to show that. Here we go. So yeah, I'll show that in just a second. I won. Victory! Alright, put that away for a second. Alright, let's see. Here it is.
It's coming out May 21st. All
right, well, that was awkward. So yeah, this is a preview of the toys. This is old school too. This is crazy. Really old school. Let's make it large.
Man movie. Watch out! A giant kaiju.
Like, this is the old school way they used to make commercials for toys. And I'm not hating it. Not hating it at all. Like, it's pretty funny.
Monster is destroying the city. This looks like a job for Superman. He flies in with a powerful punch. Ew! Slime explosion. Uh-oh, the kaiju is reloading for a bigger battle. Call in the Justice Gang. Get him, Green Lantern. Mr. Terrific teams up. Hawk Girl soars in to help Superman save the day. Boom! Slime time. Superman versus Kaiju Battle Pack. Other figures each sold separately. Superman movie rated PG-13.
So is Superman just going to be punching kaijus till they explode in this film? I mean, I'm not against it. I would totally dig that. That is pretty dope. All right. Next up in the news, we got some more changes in the Superman. Let's call this the Superman news. By the way, the Knicks are playing the Indiana Pacers in the NBA playoffs. For those who like sports ball, I am from New York, so I am a Knicks fan. And right now the Knicks are losing 29-22, down 7, but still not horrible. All right, so Superman Unlimited #1, right, came out today. And at the end of it, I'll tell you, I saw the pages. At the end of it, he's a different color. I didn't buy it. I don't know. Last time, and not that it should be the sins of the past, but Brian Michael Bendis, came over and he did a mediocre Superman. Right? Some people would even say bad, whatever. So I'm gonna hold off on Superman Unlimited till Dan Slott can, prove that he's got a story going on here. Anyway, here's some interesting things about Superman Unlimited. The book is jumping ahead 3 months. So basically, Superman has a giant rock of kryptonite drop on him like a mountain. Basically, nobody can figure out why he survived. Even Batman's like, you should have been obliterated. So I believe all Superman books are actually going to jump 3 months ahead, which will be interesting. And all other books in continuity are going to remain where they are, meaning Superman's kind of in the future of all the DC books. So that will be an interesting thing to see how editorial handles that, right? And I'm guessing that'll happen until those other books in their stories catch up to where the Superman title is. But yeah, at the end of it, you're going to get a nice giant, not giant, but nice golden Superman. So, let's see. Come on, button. And do it now. There it is. A little delayed. But yeah, so you get this golden Superman, which is going to be real interesting. Get out of here, Chips Ahoy bites. And Superman is like, what? 3 months ago, a mountain of kryptonite fell on you. It buried you. You should have been poisoned, crushed, and atomized. This is how you survived. What? So, and that's from our people over at Bleeding Cool. All right, so yeah, that was the comic news. You got the comic preview for the week. You got the comic news, and now I share the whole. So as we know, Free Comic Book Day came and went, and that's the first weekend in first Saturday of May, not in the first weekend. In case you guys have missed it, comic shop news does come out in your comic shops. I mean, some of them get it, some of them don't. We got the Crypto, Last Dog of Krypton. This was last week, May 14th issue 1969. So there's usually a couple of articles in the comic news, and then there's some solicitations. Let's see, what do we got? Catwoman 77. Emma Frost, White Queen #1. G.I. Joe #8. Benjamin #1. All right, Return to Skull Island. That's a comic book. Revenge of the Sith, 20th anniversary hardcover edition. Off HC. You could say hardcore edition, but that's not it. It's hardcover. Professor I Am Smart, 2 truths and a lie. Professor I Am Smart knows all. Did you guess correctly last week? Find out now. Each week, this professor has 2 truths and a lie. So this week it is, last week's lie was Red Wolf was never a member of the Marvel team, the Defenders. We put the Wasp in there to try to throw you off. Janet joined the Defenders briefly for issue number 77, 1979, which is a false statement. Marvel owns the Atlas Seaboard Library of Characters. Marvel owns the Cross-Gen Library of Characters. Marvel owns the Ultraverse Library of Characters. I'm going to go with the Cross-Gen, but I guess we'll find out next week. Anyway, I happen to have this week's issue. So let's see. Which according to Dr. I Am Smart over here. Professor I Am Smart. Last week was option A. Marvel does own the Cross-Gen and Ultraverse catalogs, but they don't own the Atlas Seaboard Library. That is a fascinating story worth reading about. All right. Very cool. Oh, and this is the final week that we'll be doing trivia. Professor I Am Smart here, signing off for now. As this was the final week of my trivia game, hope you had fun flexing those comic book brain muscles. Tragic? Maybe. Legendary? Definitely. Craving more games? Email us and let us know. Until we meet again, keep reading and support your friendly neighborhood comic shops. All right. And we got more solicitations in here. There's a Animorphs Chris Brine interview. And, you know, we've, even though it's still this format, it's come a pretty long way with this. Mark Waid brings new life to the DC Universe. A couple articles, a couple solicitations, good stuff. Knicks and Pacers tied at 32. Knicks with the ball. Hart bringing it down the court. Looking to pass the ball, gets it to Brunson. Jalen Brunson misses on the layup. They call a foul. Looks like he got punched in the face. All right. I don't know how to say this villain's name. Action Comics in Kilgore's clutches. Kilgore's? Maybe they couldn't put it as Kilgore because I believe that's a Spawn character. So they can just outright be like, this is Kilgore. Anyway, we got Superman in a white Superman suit here. I don't know, a little bit of a spoiler, I guess, as to the direction of how Superman is going. He does look kind of fierce in that white suit, like he's like the superior Superman. I don't know. I guess maybe this is because he's in the cold weather. It's like Superman's cold weather suit. I guess we have to read Action Comics and the rest of the Superman books to find out. Supergirl, I guess, backup story. You got King Shark back there. Curse you, Supergirl. So this should be a fun read. All right, we're just going to bag and board the books as we go along. I think I just heard a firework. A little early, guys. All right, this is Absolute Batman number 8. Okay, so what happened is I got a bunch of DC books this week, and that is because my shop last week they got their DC books late. They were lost in the mail. Lost in UPS space. Anyway, Absolute Batman number 8. I got to read this. This is the first full Mr. Freeze. So that should be an interesting book. I guess we'll take a quick look inside. Definitely just punch Mr. Freeze in the face, and he's bleeding all over the place. So. Let's see. Batman jumping through a wall. All right, so we're definitely gonna read this guy. All right, next, Medieval Spawn number 2. This came out this week. Medieval Spawn number 2. I'm in, but I'm not in. I'm not fully committed to this Medieval Spawn. It's fun. In terms, like, artwork is good, and it's like a fun story of like this Spawn dealing with medieval problems and issues and serfdoms and fiefdoms and peasants and kings and whatever. At least the cover's cool. I think this is Bjorn Barons. I gotta get some Bjorn signatures on the Spawn books. He's been doing the covers for a couple of the comics, and he's been doing a really good job on it. All right, next up, we have Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn. Yeah, issue number 6. Jimmy Palmiotti writing this. Patrick Reynolds on the art of this issue. I don't think it's every issue, but last issue we had a different artist on it. So I think Patrick Reynolds had been on some of the other ones, so this is kind of a return. It was weird because I guess it was kind of a flashback story. Well, these are all flashback stories, so I don't even know what to think. But the last one was a little bit more. The artwork is just a little bit more gritty. The last one was definitely more colorful, more cartoony. It still worked though. It still worked for the Spawn universe and the Gunslinger Spawn. So I enjoyed it. Let's see. And I thought there was another Spawn book out this week. But Gunslinger came out this week. Yeah. I don't see the Gunslinger, but I do see this one. This one had some, I don't want to say a ton of hype behind it, but this one goes all the way back to Spawn number 5, The Curse of Shirley Johnson. This character, Kincaid, he murders this girl, and later on, this I guess follows her story after that murder. So I think she becomes something more and more sinister than what we saw in issue 5 in like 1997 or whatever it was. Maybe earlier than that. Maybe it was like 92. Anyway, if your comic shop ordered 10 of these, they unlocked this Spawn number 5 reprint. So I asked for one at the comic shop, not the one I went to today, but another comic shop I went to. 92, Spawn number 5, 92. So it unlocked this reprint of Spawn number 5. So there we go. Creator, story by Terry Fitzgerald. Story, writer, penciler, inker, Todd McFarlane. So that was early Todd when he was kind of in control of the Spawn book. So we got this guy. Let's go ahead. This is a thick book too. It's $5.99 cover price. So a little bit above that $2.99 one. Christina's in the house. What's up, Christina? Just showing off the comic haul. Glad you stopped by for a little bit. Appreciate you stopping by. All right, let's see. What else do we get? We got the Ultimates, number 12. Let's take a look in here. Ooh. Let's see. They relive some moments in this book. There's some stuff that happens. I think that's Ant-Man there with or Giant Man with a hole punched in him. All right, so there was definitely some stuff that went down. All right. Thor getting his butt kicked. If you look there, real close, the Hulk's holding She-Hulk's head. It's not really focusing in on it, but he's definitely holding a head. Some stuff went down. And so basically, I think in this issue, I haven't read it yet, but they're definitely regrouping, and they're like, things did not go right the last time. So let's make sure they go a lot better than a lot of us, almost dying. Iron Lad did suffer the worst of it. Like, he got crushed in his suit. That was pretty much the only main thing that stuck with the deaths. Counting down to Con. That's right. Counting down the days, counting down the minutes. I'm actually heading down with some comic peeps. We're going to drive down to North Carolina. Looks like we're leaving Wednesday night, traveling overnight, so we get there Thursday morning. And then, we'll hang out, get some breakfast, probably pick up our passes, and then get to the spot where we're staying, and just get ready for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the con. Hey, bring me a heart. I keep forgetting to reach out. If you can bring me one of those hearts for C3, I will totally join in the festivities. So I am in. All right, where are we at? We have the Incredible Hulk, number 25. Hulk and Thor, another classic matchup. So every once in a while, Hulk and Thor, they just gotta throw down. And I'm not against it. You got two of the premier behemoths in the Marvel Universe squaring off. I'm here for it. All right, we got Detective Comics 1097. I am still far behind on this. I'm so far behind, I'm just reading it on the DC Infinite app. I'm like 3 months behind on this book. At least, because that's how I don't have like the Infinite has different levels and you can pay, so you're like, I don't know, 2 weeks behind on comics. I am not that tier. Anyway, it looks, I don't know what's happening in here, honestly. But it looks like a Bullock Central book. So we have a lot of Bullock in this book. And there's the man. Let's see. Got some Catwoman this week out of the past. So they've been doing a lot of Catwoman well, it's a Catwoman comics, obviously, but a lot of her past, right? So not even as Selena Kyle. So we've got Catwoman as a younger person. I didn't show you anything from this book. I love the cover though. I just wanted to bag and board this cover, so nice. Real quick, let's see. Yeah, it's kind of the art style that we've been getting in here. And it's got like a lot of her old crew, a lot of flashbacks to an earlier time. It's a lot of like espionage and spy stuff. And how do you stop a guard dog? Get the stick. I don't know if I'm ever going to be in that situation where I've got to bribe a guard dog. But I really can't think of a better way to stop a guard dog, you know, in a non-violent manner than to give the guard dog a steak. I didn't make enough bags and boards. I'm going to run out. I got 2 left. I have a couple books. It's all right. We will make more after we finish here with you. I say we, but I mean me. All right, so what else we got? We got The Amazing Spider-Man #4, Joe Kelly. I've been digging the book. Some people will say meh. Nobody said it's bad. You know, not yet. So let's see, still got to read it. But yeah, I am ready to read it. There's these like flashbacks. He works with this guy now. There's these flashback scenes. The biggest complaint I've heard about that is right now he's working with this guy and they're acting like they've been friends for years, but it's actually like a long lost friend. And they're like, why would, you know, this guy be bending over backwards for Peter if, you know, look like Peter had a night of drinking here. Rah, blah. You know, why would this guy look out for Peter so much if they're just like childhood friends? Part of it is like, I guess he kind of changed the guy's trajectory in his life. So, you know, kind of made it so he could, you know, succeed instead of fail. But it does seem a little suspicious, I guess. That's why people have problems with it. They're like, is this guy just going to turn around and be a big baddie? Because, you know, that's how it works. You know, this guy gets real close to Peter and then he's like, ha ha ha, ultimate villain. Anyway, we got Flash #3, Absolute Flash #3. We got Gorilla Grodd. In an interview, I believe Jeff Lemire said that this guy was going to be the sleeper hit of the series, this little monkey dude. So we have the first, this looks like the first full appearance of Gorilla Grodd. The monkey's gone rogue. That's what he's saying right there. That's Captain Cold. So there's the Flash. That's the Supergirl. This is actually, I think, the cover B. This one, right? But the Absolute Flash has been absolutely good. I don't. If I had to rank I think it's 6 books out right now. I would put Flash, though. I don't know. Flash and Green Lantern would be like my bottom 2. All right, we have Jason Aaron, Bug Wars. This has been good. That's all I can say about that. Ooh. It's like beating up. Pay no attention to that. It's like beating up this mouse over here. Basically, there's like bugs in the backyard, tiny bug people. And this little dude gets shrunk, but he's got like an amulet that gives him powers, so he could just like punch people's heads off. Look at that, riding that frog like a steed, or is that a toad? I don't know. Bug Wars. All right, this is Moon Knight, Fist of the Khonshu. All right, this is issue 8. Yes, it is. Alex Ross timeless cover, and that's why I got this guy. I just thought it was gorgeous, and I needed it. There was a lot of Alex Ross timeless covers. I'm not one to collect all of them, but that one I decided to get. Speaking of cover buys, this is What If Nikki and Friends Became the Fantastic Four, number 11. But this is actually the Fantastic Four number 32, but they've been doing these Marvel covers, and I've been picking them up. These Disney covers, not Marvel covers. All Marvel comic covers are Marvel covers. All right. We picked up this week. This came in this week, but this was like from 2 weeks ago. This is the Negative Space variant. The John Tyler Christopher West Coast Avengers number 7. This is for my buddy Ken. That's the reason I picked this up. He's a big Wonder Man fan. So we got that. All right, and then we picked up, last but not least, the New Gods, number 6. Run, run, death is the Black Racer. If the Black Racer is death, then wouldn't he be called the Black Eraser? Anyway, some nice pastel arts in here. Don't fear the racer. Nice. All right, so who's the artist on this thing? Andrade. Is it Mario Andretti? Let's see. Philip Andrade, art and color. Definitely a change from the artwork in some of the other books. So that is pretty dope. And then there is a preview for Mr. Terrific in the back. And that might be part of the same story. I'm going to have to read it. Looks like it is. Just the artwork changes. So we probably change locations or time. And that incites the change in color tones and art. There's a preview for Mr. Terrific number 1 in the back of this book as well. That's the New Gods. Good read, good read. Ram V is doing really good. So. All right, comic fans, you had the preview of the comics coming out this week. Those books are in comic shops now, right now. All right. We did some comic news, mostly Superman, all Superman related. Not mostly, all Superman related. One kind of toy/movie related. The other one comic industry related, comic story related. All right. And then I showed you guys my haul. That's all. So comic fans, do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to get ready for New Comic Book Day next week. If you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs up and comment down below. Peace. Deuces. We're out. Ka-ching. All right. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy that New Comic Book Day. I'm going to go read and watch the Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Go New York. Go New York. Go. Yeah. I think somebody just checked in. Are you there? Are you there? All right. let's get out of here. It was a good show. Good day. Catch the rewind, guys. You won't be disappointed. Peace out.